Hello students, hopefully you are all in the good conditions. Our discussion now is about tenses. Anytime for the foreigners or non-English speakers, when they speak in English, they have some problems about tenses. Because in English, there are 16 tenses and they are all connected one to another, depends on the functions, depends on the uses, and depends on the structure or the subject and the time signals. So it is a bit complicated. In these sessions, we will discuss 6 kinds of the tenses out of the 16. The first one, what we talk about the present simple. It is a very simple because it is always true. For example, when we say if it is always true, the meaning is that I and you think it is true. What is that? There are two I's. It is true, right? It is true for me and it is true for you. Another one is the permanent situation. What is the permanent situations? It is permanent. It was true in the past and it is true in the present and it is true in the future. What is that? Like, where do you live? When you say that I live in Medan, the meaning is yesterday you were in Medan, now you are still in Medan, and tomorrow you're still in Medan. The next one is short actions now. Like, come on guys, take your time, it's a good time. So it's a good time and take your time. It is only a short actions and it happens right now. Another one is your habit. What is your habit? Do you like swimming? If you say swimming is your hobby and it belongs to the present simple tenses. Another one is I hate darkness. So hating darkness is your habit. And that is also another example of the use of the present simple. The next one, the future timetables. Like you have school subjects and the subjects are already scheduled and it happens weekly or monthly and it becomes the timetable in your school. It is the example of the present simple. And the last one is the future in time clauses. The meaning here is when you combine the sentence in the future and there is clause in the sentence of your expressions, so the clause is in the simple present. Like, I will not call when I arrive in Jakarta because I know you know my position. So I will not call if something happened in the future. When I arrive is in the simple present. That is the first with the present simple. What about the present continuous? It is still in the present, but this is unfinished actions right now. What I'm doing, I'm still recording and you are watching. So it is not yet finished now, so it is in progress. Or you want to say that temporary situations. Are you sitting all the time while you are listening and watching this video? No, it is just temporary. So you can say that I'm living in London. When you say I'm living in London and I live in London are two different sentences. When I'm living in London, the meaning is it is just temporary. You will not, or the state of living in London is not permanent. When you say I live in London, you want to say it is permanent situation for you. The same thing also for temporary habits. Here is your habit, the permanent habit, or here is your temporary habit. Like you say that I'm consuming vitamins these days due to the situation, or I'm having these meals these days because of my condition. So your habit of eating these meals only temporary, and it soon be over because of your condition. Another one, you want to say that it's annoying, like you don't like it. It's annoying habit of someone or the situation around you, and you say that you are forever losing your keys, and you say that I'm forever doing this thing. When you say I'm forever doing this thing, the meaning is you hate doing this thing, and doing this thing is a kind of annoying habit and you don't like it. And the last one, you can use the present continuous with the future meaning when it is definite future plan. Definite, the meaning it is specific. It is exactness inside. Like, I'm meeting my father tomorrow. So it is already in planned and it's exact meeting, or it is definite future planned. That is the comparisons or the use of the present simple and present continuous. Now the discussion about the past simple and past continuous. Here in the past simple, the key of understanding of this is past and finished time word or finished time period. The meaning is the actions about the past simple happened in the past without any connection to the present situation. I went to the cinema yesterday. It finished going to the cinema yesterday. Leonardo painted the Mona Lisa. The meaning is the action of painting Mona Lisa already completed in the past time period. Or something details of the news. I've hurt my leg. I finished my exam. And the details of finishing my exam or the details of hurting my leg are in the past simple. Or there is actions in the stories, actions in the novels, actions in the short stories about the past time in the past simple. Example, like once upon a time there was a family, so there was a family, and the continuations of their stories in the past simple. Or past simple with the imaginary things in the conditional sentence. The meaning here is the unreal situations in the present time. So it is in the structure of conditional, like if I won the lottery, I would buy a house. The meaning is there is no winning of the lottery and the house is not yet bought. It is just imagination. The next one is the past continuous. Use the past continuous for the story background. So there was a story, and the background of the story, all of them in the past continuous. The birds were singing, the sun was shining, Annie sat down. So setting or sat down here, there was something background of that situation, and the background was singing, what's that, birds, and shining, what was that, the sun. That's the background of the actions Annie sat down. The next one, the overlapping action. The overlapping action, like I was walking to the station when I met John. What was that? There was two actions, okay? Two actions. One action was walking to the station. The second action was met John. So overlapping here with the structure when plus past simple. And after that, before that is the past continuous. I was walking to the stations during the action of walking to the station. There was another action, and it was the action of that I met John. The next one is the some past habits. So remember about the present continuous for the temporary habits. Past continuous is also possible to show the some past habits. The meaning it was just habit in the past but not true in the present situation anymore. Like she was constantly singing. Like she was always singing. Like she was forever singing. The meaning it was her habit of singing in the past. The next one, to emphasize the length of action, the time. I was working in the garden all day. All day, to stress here, there is a stress, there is emphasis, meaning of what? Of doing the actions of working in the garden. Okay, this is the last slide for discussions of the present perfect versus past perfect. What is present perfect? Present perfect to show how long. When you say how long, the meaning it is unfinished. The actions is still in progress. The action began in the past, but it's still in the progress until the present time. I've known Karen since 1994. The meaning is you met Karen in 1994 and now it is 2000 something, and knowing Karen is still relevant and that sentence is still true. So the use of since and the use of for here to indicate how long the actions that you want to express with the present perfect simple. The meaning is number 2, the use unfinished time word. I haven't seen her this month. There's time word this month. This month is not yet over, and seeing her is not yet fulfilled. So I haven't seen her this month. Still with the present perfect simple. Present result, what you did in the past and the result is in the present. Right, I've lost my keys, so I can't get into my house. I can't get into my house is the result. The result of what? The result of what happened in the past. What is that? I've lost my keys. I've lost my keys, the action of losing in the past, but the impact or the result, the consequence of losing these keys is in the present. What is that? I can't get into my house. The next use is the news for the recent events. Like the Queen has given a speech. The Queen has just given a speech. The Queen has already given a speech. What is the function here? To indicate or to show it is a news, and the news here in the recent time. The next one, it is the life experience. I've been to Tokyo. I've never been to Tokyo. What is the function here? Your experience about long time ago, and you mention your experience right now. What about the past perfect? Past perfect is not the same with the present. Here is present, here is past. So past perfect for the action finished before another past action. when you are reading this, in your mind, there are two actions, right? One action is already finished and another actions happened. Like when we arrived, the film had started. So the starting of the film and our arrival, two actions. Which one is the first? The film had started. So this is already finished before another past action, past simple. What is that? We arrive. So past perfect is the first action and simple past is the second action. And number two, how long to a point in the past. How long is the same like this, how long in the present perfect. But how long in the present perfect until the present situations. Here, how long only in the past situation. When he graduated, he had been in London for 6 years. The meaning here is graduation, his gradual time in London for 6 years. He had been there for 6 years. After that, he graduated. That is the meaning. The last one, it is for the unreal things in the past, or what we call conditional type 3. I wish I hadn't gone to bed so later. When you say, I wish I hadn't gone to bed so later, what is the reality? You went to bed early and you hate it. There was a wish in your mind. You say, I wish I had gone to bed so later. It was the reality? No. It was just what? Imagination. The combinations of the third conditional sentence, all with wish. Alright, students, I know you still need to read the PDF file, you still need to do the exercises, and you need to practice these tenses. And if you still have some questions, you have to feel free to ask and to make contact with me. Thank you for your watching and good luck for your practice of these tenses. Bye bye.